Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel where we talk anything and everything CS2 related. Today I'm very under the weather. I have a crazy ear infection, which makes it so I can barely open my jaw. But we're addicted to the CS2 grind and the YouTube grind, so since I'm a bit early to this update, I figured I might as well make a video. I'm still going to be working on my weekly series, going to come out probably tomorrow, maybe the day after, since, it's really hard to talk. But let's jump right into this update. Let's talk about this update. At the end of the day, this isn't the anti-cheat. Um, Valve will do anything but release an anti-cheat. I mean, it feels like it's inevitable that we're never going to have an anti-cheat. But in its place, we have some nighttime maps, which I think this is kind of cool. I think Ancient especially looks really good in nighttime. Um, but yeah, there's not too much to talk about with this. Just a nighttime map, not really anything special. Not really gonna change the gameplay in any way. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong there, but not too interesting. Uh, Music kit, nothing special here. These drop all the time. I don't know. Maybe there is a market for music kits. I haven't paid attention. Let me know if there's rare music hits or something in the comments below. But this is the main thing of the update. New limited edition item, which unfortunately they did not remove anything from the armory. We're all waiting on something to get removed from the armory, which will start the precedent for all future items to get removed from the armory, increasing the perceived value of everything that is already in the armory. ROIs will skyrocket through the roof on everything in the armory the second that something gets discontinued. It'll be a revival of the armory, and everybody will be investing a lot of money into battle passes. It'll make Valve millions of dollars the day that they remove something from the armory, which they will. Eventually, they will remove something from the armory, either the gallery case or the sport and field collection or the graphic design collection. One of those will get removed at some point. A little bit. It's getting less and less likely that it'll be by the end of the year, but hopefully by this time next year, something will be removed, and I'm pretty sure it will. But in its place for now, we have this limited edition item, which I think this one is huge. I think this one is going to be really popular. I personally find all these patterns to be extremely beautiful. I was a big fan of the XM Solitude. People don't really like the XM, but they were expensive even for the XM. $50 for a nice pattern. So I'm very excited to see what this M4 can do and how expensive these patterns will get. Of course, since this is an M4 skin, it'll be a lot more popular. There'll be a lot more people redeeming the M4. So there will be a pretty good supply on these. But if we compare it to something, the one other thing that it can be compared to is the Desert Eagle Heat Treated, one of the other limited edition items that was put into the game. The first limited edition item. I think this one as well had 100 days, 100 days long release date. And this accumulated 663,000 items. So this skin has a massive, massive supply. It was also the fact that the army was brand new and it dropped with this limited edition item, so there was this hype. Everybody wanted to get the blue gemmed eagle, so there was mass unboxings of the Desert Eagle Heat Treated. So the M4 Solitude will reach nowhere near 663,000 in supply, but it will get up there. My prediction is probably around 100,000, maybe less, probably less honestly than 100,000, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I think it'll be around 75 to 200,000 supply for the M4A1S. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but it's definitely not going to be anywhere near 663,000 supply. But again, this one is pattern based, as we can see all these beautiful patterns. So let's look at a specific pattern for the Desert Eagle Heat Treated. The 490 pattern, the best pattern, only 1,165 items. That's a very, very low amount for this one specific pattern. There's 1,000 1,000 patterns. But this one in specific is very expensive. I mean, you're going to be paying... The lowest listing I've seen is 900, minimal wear 800. Anyways, it's going to be 700-800 for a low float one. I mean, these people are asking crazy amounts of money, but it's a several $100 gun. $800, $500, something like that. And these specific patterns are going to have even less supply for the number one patterns of these. So I think that this limited edition item could be very huge in the future. It's going to be in the armory for 100 days, obviously. So we'll have to check back in near the end. I personally will start to look to buy these around day 60 to 80, something like that, day 70, when the hype has kind of died down for these items, but there's still a growing supply, but it's not at the point where it's about to get removed and everybody has that FOMO and starts preemptively spiking the price before the item actually gets removed. You know, a couple days before the item gets removed and everybody decides that, oh, right now is the time that I have to buy. I want to skip over that. I want to buy a little bit earlier than that, but still late into the sale to see how much supply is actually going to be made, how much supply is left. So this is a long-term investment, and I'll be investing to this way down the line. So we'll get back to this item. I'm not going to be investing into this item anytime soon. Maybe I'll buy one for fun, depending on what the prices are like. Obviously, it just dropped. Maybe I'll try to get one with my own stars. But yeah, this skin is beautiful. I think this is going to be a great skin, and eventually one day it's going to be a very high tier skin. I think this is going to be over $1,000 easily. Sometime down the line in the future. Some other stuff, some more animation tweaks. You know, there's a lot of animations that were broken in the most recent CS2 update, like the butterfly knife like glitching through people's hands. But yeah, improving some of that stuff, improving performance. So a pretty good update overall. Real quick, just a comparison to the XM Solitude, the other limited edition item. So I guess, yeah, my supply estimate's pretty off. It'll probably be like 200,000 to 400,000 supply. I said like 75 to 200. Obviously, that's not going to be the case since the XM is already at 82,000, or is at 82,000. There's not going to be any more or less of these in existence, since it's a limited edition item. But yeah, the M4 is probably going to be around 200 to 400,000 supply. As well, the Austin Major has finally been put on sale. There was a lot of people speculating that the Austin Major wasn't even going to be put on sale. People were saying that the sale doesn't necessarily have to happen and that 99-cent price point is a good price. People were talking about inflation, how 25 cents from 2014 doesn't equal 25 cents now, and how Valve would actually have motivation to keep it at 99 cents to reduce the supply and bring more eyes back on major capsules. But alas, this isn't the case, and major capsules are on sale. I am skeptical about these capsules. I think that this might be Paris 2.0, with the entire sticker market rising and having this insane price spike. Evil Genius's sticker 20xing in price over a couple months. Almost every sticker, like major team sticker, doubling in price, tripling in price. People have been already talking about the potential in Austin. I think that people right now are going to be buying masses of this sticker, of these capsules. I think this could possibly be Paris 2.0, especially after Shanghai and Copenhagen. Shanghai having super, super, super low supply and going to be really rare. And I do believe in Shanghai stickers somewhat. I think they just already hit some peak prices. And I think that there's going to be too much attention on the Austin sticker capsules. I don't think these are going to be great investments. I think there's going to be way too much supply. I think it's going to be Paris 2.0. So that's my brief opinion on these capsules. But lastly, I just want to show some of my new investments that I made off camera. Investing into the Sport and Field collection, I wanted to start to buy up a lot of these fillers, specifically in low float fillers. So I want to be buying stuff when the spotlight isn't on items. I'm not going to be buying stickers while they're already increasing in price. I'm going to be buying stickers when nobody cares about them. When stickers are half the price, when stickers are at the floor, when people say they have nowhere to go but down and they just keep trending downwards, that's when I'm going to buy, because I think the opposite will happen. I think eventually everything will have its moment and will appreciate in price. I think there is somewhat of a floor. You know, when you buy low, or I'm trying to buy low at these prices, it can always go lower, but it can also go up. Finding that happy medium, that balance of when you want to buy and also sell. You know, people always say, "Oh, I don't want to sell because it might go higher," but you also are cashing out on unrealized profits. Same thing goes with buying low and trying to get in at a low price. You can always get in lower, but you might miss the train and not get in at all. So a lot of people miss the train with stickers and ended up are buying now. People miss the train and then they start buying at double or triple the price, and people end up buying high and selling low. It's just very silly. So I am going to be buying into the sport and field collection when not as many people are talking about it and looking at it. Specifically, I'm going for low floats. I want to try to own as many as the top 100 skins as I can. So this is a pretty low float. I think this is exactly number 100. Just lots of these 000 blues. That one's 00. 000. 000. So just lots of these skins. As well, the number 1 Xeno is on sale on CSGO Flow right now, which I've been considering buying. Just the price they have it at is a little bit too much. But the main thing I bought through all of this is this Glock Axia at a 0005, which is the number 28 in the world. So eventually this will be a nice low float filler to go for a low float M4 fade. I think this has nowhere to go but up. So those are just some of my personal investments, and I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi apparently. But either way, that's pretty much the entire CS2 update. Not much else to talk about here. Night maps. Again, some minimal effort from Valve, but a little bit more effort than usual. You know, night maps and skins and animation improvements. We're getting somewhere. But anyways, this is the end of the video. Please leave more comments, more suggestions, more criticisms and critiques in the comments. Again, giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So thank everybody for the support. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.